is your RTC Weekly Download. Thanks for joining with us again for this, the RTC Weekly Download. I'm Jim Dolan. Today, we start off with that caper guy himself, Sam Spade, and the Critical Author Caper from 1948. Then an interesting program from South Africa. It's called Medical Files, and this one is The Operation. We don't have a date on this, but it doesn't matter. It's good just the same. So here we go with Sam Spade, Detective.
The Adventures of Sam Spade, Detective. Brought to you by Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic, the non-alcoholic hair tonic that contains lanolin. Wild Root Cream Oil, again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first.
Sam Spade, Detective Agency.
It's only me from over the sea.
Oh, Sam, how was it at the beach?
Same as always, foggy.
Did you go in?
Well, I was up to my neck from the first rumble. If you mean did I go in the water, I did.
Was it cold?
I didn't notice. I was too busy landing a corpse.
Oh, Sam, what a coincidence. I was just reading my new library book.
Yeah?
And it's all about a body in the water, pushed over a cliff. And there's the strangest girl in it with a strange mother.
Figures.
And she drinks, the girl, and runs away with a chauffeur. They're rich people.
They can't do that. They're stealing my material.
Oh, no, Sam, no. It's by Owen Fitzstephen. He's very well thought of. Mother always understands his plot.
Not tonight, she won't. Stay where you are, Angel. I'll be right down to dictate my report on the Critical Author Caper.
Dashiell Hammett, America's leading detective fiction writer and creator of Sam Spade, the hard-boiled private eye, and William Spear, radio's outstanding producer-director of mystery and crime drama, join their talents to make your hair stand on end with the adventures of Sam Spade. Presented by the makers of Wild Root Cream Oil for the hair. You know as well as I do, fellas, your hair is one of the first things any gal notices. So it's really important to keep your hair spruced up right all the time. The answer? Why, of course. Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic. Wild Root Cream Oil grooms your hair neatly and naturally, relieves dryness, and removes loose, ugly dandruff. I have a hunch, fellas, she'll help herself to another look if you're using Wild Root. Get Wild Root Cream Oil Hair Tonic in bottles or the handy new tube. It's again and again the choice of men who put good grooming first. Later in this program, we'll have an important announcement. Listen for it. And now, with Howard Duff starring as Spade, Wild Root brings to the air the greatest private detective of them all in the adventures of Sam Spade.
I'm looking over the phone.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah, come on in. Let's get this over.
Can you wait till I finish this chapter?
Hmm?
There's a page to go. The detective had just found this girl in a sordid rooming house. He had this fight with her boyfriend and boinged him. And now butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. But I don't trust her.
What's the name of the book?
Morgue Fruit. His last was a spindly stiff. That was about this neurotic nurse who was in love with her employer.
Effie, how long have you been reading this kind of trash?
Well, it's not trash, Sam. Well, he really makes his characters live. And I love his detective. He's real hard-boiled, like in Dashiell Hammett.
Actual damn it. Mark your place and come in.
All right, Sam.
Oh, dear. Ready?
Yes, Sam. Oh, I can hardly wait.
That's the way I like you, eager.
To finish the chapter, I mean.
Please.
I wonder what she's up to. She's guilty, of course.
Of course, but what of?
You can read it when I'm finished. Oh, my goodness, we've got a report to get out, and here we are chattering about books. Date, August?
I will give the date.
Yes, Sam.
Date? Fill it in. To Missing Persons Bureau, San Francisco Police. Attention, Sergeant Schwartz. From Samuel Spade, license number 1375596. Subject, Gabrielle Leggett. Dear Dave, I should have handed it over to you at the start, but you know me, I'm greedy. I cashed the check she'd sent me as a retainer without consulting my better judgment. Gave the money to Effie to pay bills without batting an eye. Borrowed a dime car fare from the corner newsboy without collateral. And arrived in front of the Leggett Mansion on Nob Hill without the foggiest notion of what I had been retained for.
I'm Gertrude Leggett, Mr. Spade. It's about my stepdaughter, Gabrielle. She's been missing since the funeral.
Whose funeral was that, Mrs. Leggett?
My husband, Gabrielle's father. That was nearly 3 weeks ago. She came to me afterwards and said she was going down to Quesada, to our country place, for a few days, that she wanted to be alone with her grief. But I discovered that she never arrived at Quesada. Do I make myself clear, Mr. Spade?
Yeah, except for one thing. Why do you want her back?
First, she may do something to disgrace me. She'll undoubtedly try her best to do so. Secondly, unless I get her signature to some papers, in accordance with her father's will, I can't go on living in this house. Furthermore...
That's okay. You've convinced me. Now, when she left, what did she take with her?
Just one piece of light luggage, and her liquor case, of course. She drinks, you know. Oh, it's not my place to disapprove. I merely thought it might help you to know.
Well, we could case all the bars in town, but it'd take a lot of time and a lot of money. Besides, I'm on the wagon.
Well, you might talk to Eric, my chauffeur. He drove her to the station, or says he did.
Where do I find him?
Let's see. 10 o'clock. He'll be loitering down the hall somewhere in the neighborhood of the linen closet, helping the upstairs maid fold the sheets. I'd knock first if I were you and avoid embarrassment.
Thanks for the tip. Oh, mind if I have a look at your stepdaughter's room?
Eric will give you the key. I'm not allowed one.
Figures.
Oh, Harry.
Oh, baby.
Sorry, you great
Oh.
thing there. Excuse me, sir. Thank you for your kind assistance, Mr. Collins.
Okay, Myrtle. Anytime. And, yes, sir.
You Eric?
Collinson, what can I do for you?
I'd like the key to Miss Gabrielle's room.
You the law?
Why? You expecting some?
The old lady's been threatening to yell cop.
She decided to whisper instead.
Oh, private dick.
You catch on fast, lover boy.
Okay, I'll let you in her room. Come on.
Mrs. Leggett says you drove Gabrielle to the station.
She says that, does she?
Isn't that what you told her?
I'm not telling you what I told anyone.
Search yourself.
After you.
Mm-mm.
What's eating you?
Nothing at all. Just want some privacy.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I'm responsible.
Go help Myrtle. Give me those keys.
Oh, listen, you keep...
Look.
Hey, let me in. Don't have your lights.
Her room was, shall we say, untidy. The mirrored dressing table was chipped around the edges, and ranged helter-skelter across it between two polo pony bookends was a mess of books. 3 odd volumes of the Harvard 5-foot shelf, a horse breeder's gazette, and a bunch of detective novels. I picked one up and opened it to the title page. It was called Morgue Fruit, and it was by Owen Fitzstephen, author of The Corpulent Cadaver, The Spindly Stiff, and The Kiss-Off. It was autographed to the author's great and good friend, the late Edgar Leggett. The signature looked familiar, but it didn't look like a lead. Neither did anything else in the room. I started to unlock the door with the key on the ring I'd grabbed away from Eric, and the light caught the smooth side of a Christopher medal. It was engraved for Eric, forever, Gabby. When Forever Eric went off duty that night, he went across town. The trail ended at a crummy, broken-down rooming house out in the Fillmore. He let himself in with a key and climbed the stairs. I waited until he was out of sight. In more time than it takes to tell, the door cracked open and a nose that could only belong to a landlady raised it out at me. She was gumming a sen-sen.
What do you want?
They get settled in all right?
They ain't nobody settling in on me.
Never touched me. You got me wrong, Mom. I meant the newlyweds. Did they raise the rent money all right?
Oh, them. Raised it and spent it. He's a Dick Smither.
Dick Smither.
Stocks it up all day and throws the dead soldiers out the window. And they call it a honeymoon. Who are you?
I'm her ex-husband, darling. I came to pay her the back alimony I owe.
Well, give it to me. I'll see she gets it.
Oh, no, you don't.
No, now, don't you come pushing in here.
Quiet.
It's after hours. Don't allow callers in here after 10 o'clock. House rule.
Shut up.
Well, I don't.
What's their room number? Now, give it to me or I'll shake it out of you, darling.
212.
212.
And if it weren't for these new uppers, I'd let you try it.
Oh, is that what those are? Thank you, Grand Duchess Marie.
Smart Alec. No wonder you can't hang on to a woman.
You're so right.
You drove her to drink.
I did not!
Alimony's still good for you, young whippersnapper.
Who is it?
Western Union.
All right, let me... I told you to stay away. Now beat it.
Eric, what is it?
Look, Eric, I don't want any trouble, but I'm coming in.
Over my dead body.
Eric?
Get back in the room, Gabby. Now, look, I won't let you hurt her, so...
Now,
so
look,
help-
Collinson, don't
No,
make me do it. I
get
don't
wise.
want to. Okay, I'm sorry.
Eric! Eric! What have you done to him?
Nothing a bucket of cold water can't cure. Sit down. I want to talk to you.
Who are you?
Sam Spade. I'm a private detective. Your stepmother hired me to find you.
Oh? You know why she wants to find me?
Do you?
She wants to kill me. She killed my father, now she'll kill me.
Can you prove that?
My father never had a day's illness in his life. He could drink 3 quarts of brandy in any evening. Do you believe a man like that could die of heart failure?
Frankly, I could.
Now she's starting to trying to talk about me. Wants to railroad me to the insane asylum. Do I seem crazy to you?
No. A little nervous, maybe. This idea you have about your father's death. Talk some more, will you?
All right. I'll tell you the whole thing. But I gotta have a drink first. Hey, I can't get the top off. Give me a hand, will you?
Sure. You need a corkscrew for this one.
Yeah, I think there's one down there in the cupboard.
I don't see one.
Back in the corner. A little farther. There.
No, there's nothing in... Hey! Ow! I dreamed I was a character in a detective story. The title of the story was Morgue Fruit, and the author, a man named Fitzstephen, was trying to figure out a way to turn me into a red herring before knocking off his number 1 suspect. I tried to tell him it's against the rules to make your detective a red herring, but he said it was a new kind of murder yarn, and it didn't matter anyway because there wasn't even a victim. That's what he thought.
The makers of Wild Root Cream Oil are presenting the weekly Sunday adventure of Dashiell Hammett's famous private detective, Sam Spade. Now, here's important news on good grooming. If you want the well-groomed look that helps you get ahead socially and on the job, listen. Recently, thousands of people from coast to coast who bought Wild Root Cream Oil for the first time were asked, how does Wild Root Cream Oil compare with the hair tonic you previously used? The results were amazing. Better than 4 out of 5 who replied said they preferred Wild Root Cream Oil. Remember, non-alcoholic Wild Root Cream Oil contains lanolin. And here's the announcement we promised you. Now you can get Wild Root Cream Oil, America's leading hair tonic, in a generous new 25-cent size, on sale at all drug and toilet goods counters. It's also available in larger economy bottles and the handy new tube. Get Wild Root Cream Oil again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first. By the way, smart girls use Wild Root Cream Oil too, and mothers say it's grand for training children's hair. And now, back to the critical author caper. Tonight's adventure with Sam Spade.
When I came to, it had came the dawn, and I was still a character in a detective story, and I felt more like a red herring than I had in my dream. I had dragged myself across my own trail and wound up no place. My quarry had fled, leaving nothing behind but empty bottles with fingerprints on them. I lifted the few and hustled over to the Bureau of Identification. Half an hour later, I got the report. They were mine. All mine. I wondered what a detective novelist would make of that. I decided to find out. I had met Owen Fitzstephen several years back in Seattle when I was digging dirt on a chain of fake mediums. He was plowing the same field for literary material, and we pooled forces. I got more out of the combination than he did, since he knew the spook racket inside out. I cleaned up my job in a couple of weeks, and we parted friends. His San Francisco apartment was on the 6th floor of the St. Mark. He was standing at its door, holding out a lean hand to greet me when I got there.
Well, you're looking fit, Sam. Little red in the face.
Yeah, it's the red herring I ate last night. How's the literary grip go?
You haven't been reading me?
No, where'd you get that funny idea?
Oh, there was something in your tone, as in the voice of one who has bought an author for a couple of dollars. I suppose you're still hounding the unfortunate evildoer?
Yeah, that's how I happened to look you up. You autographed a book for Edgar Leggett.
Oh, yes. Morgue Fruit. Distressingly prophetic.
What do you know about that family?
Oh, what have they been up to now?
How well you know the girl, Gabrielle?
Quite well, since she's a duplicate of her father. She has brains, but there's something black in her. Something she doesn't want to think about but can't forget. She's a neurotic who keeps her body sensitive and ready, I don't know what for, while she drugs her mind with drink and lunatic notion. Yet she's cold and she's sane. If I had something I wanted to forget, I'd anesthetize my mind directly, leave my body stay strong and ready.
I hope you don't think any of this stuff means anything to me.
Oh, yes, I remember you now. You were always like that. Tell me what's up while I try to find one-syllable words for you.
You know the fella that drives for him?
Eric?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was released from Folsom and Leggett's custody when he was 18 years old. Murdered his father. Nice kid. What about him?
Mrs. Leggett hired me to find Gabrielle. I found her with Eric in a rooming house out in the Fillmore. She begged me to save her from her stepmother's murderous schemes, then she knocked me cold.
Well, it's trivial, dull. I've been thinking of the Leggett family in terms of Dumas, and you bring me a piece of Jim Crackery out of O. Henry. If I were writing this, Gabrielle would kill her stepmother, or dupe Eric into doing it for her. No, that won't do. Not sufficient motive. Murder has to have a motive, you know.
Why? She's insane, isn't she?
I wonder. Are you saying that carelessly, or do you really think she's off?
Well, I don't know. She's got a kind of a wild look about her. Her eyes shift from green to brown and back without ever settling on one color. How much have you turned up on her in your snooping around, Owen?
Are you who make your living snooping, sneering at my curiosity about people and my attempts to satisfy it?
No, we're different, Owen. I do mine with the object of putting people in jail, and I get paid for it, though not as much as I should.
But I do mine with the object of putting people in books, and I get paid for it, though not as much as I should.
Yeah, but what good does that do?
Well, what good does putting them in jail do?
It relieves congestion. You put enough people in jail, and cities wouldn't have any traffic problems, that's fine.
Well, then all you have to do is to wait till one of them kills the other and put the survivor in jail. It's simple.
Yeah, but who's going to kill who?
Perhaps they both have plans, both Gabrielle and her stepmother. Looks as if you'd have to guard both of them.
I think I'll settle for my client. As far as Gabrielle's concerned, her husband ought to be able to watch out for her.
Her what?
Husband. She and Eric got married.
Now, there you are. You didn't tell me anything about that. Lord knows how much else there is you haven't told me. Pardon me. Don't go away.
Telegram. Sign here.
Oh, thank you. There you are. Thank you, sir. Now, I wonder what... Good Lord, this is positively corny. Listen to this, Spade. I appeal to you as a friend of my dead husband. Come immediately, Sunset Hotel, Quesada. Trouble. Danger. Do not communicate. Gabrielle must not know. Signed, Gertrude Leggett. Spade.
Yeah?
Did you have this wire sent to me as a prank?
I was just going to ask you if you sent it to yourself as a prank.
I have it. The key to the whole thing. It's a red herring.
I didn't think Fitzstephen would be able to hold out very long against his professional curiosity, and I didn't imagine he thought I would. I caught the next bus for Quesada. Quesada is a one-hotel town pasted on the rocky side of a young mountain that slopes into the Pacific Ocean some 80 miles from San Francisco. I got there at 11-something that night, stepped down from the bus, and crossed the street to the Sunset Hotel.
All right. Keep your shirt on.
Mrs. Leggett registered here?
What's your name?
Owen Fitzstephen.
Oh, she left a message for you. Said for you to wait right here and don't leave till she gets back.
Yeah, she say where she was going?
Oh, it's probably over visiting with her daughter and new son-in-law, over to the cove.
How do you get there?
Well, you'll never be able to find it at night, unless you went all the way around by the East Road. Not then, I'm sure, unless you knew the country.
Well, how do you get there in the daytime?
Well, you go down this street, you take the fork on the ocean side, and follow that up along the cliff. It's easily enough found in the daytime, but you never in the world. You
okay, heard you the first time. So I waited until morning. Stupid me. I found the road out to the point, but it had never really been a road. The side of the ledge became steeper and steeper until the path was simply a narrow shelf on the face of the cliff. The cliff that sheared off 150 feet or more to ravel out into the ocean. A breeze from the general direction of China was pushing fog over the top of the cliff, making a noisy lather of seawater at the bottom. Rounding a corner where the cliff was steepest, I chucked my cigarette over the edge and watched it spin downwards. And that's when I saw it. I had to go waist deep into the Pacific to lift the body. I got my hands under the armpits, found solid ground for my feet, and dragged it up beyond the high tide mark. The It was Gertrude Leggett. Somebody came staggering down the beach to meet us.
She dead?
Yeah, Gabrielle, she's dead.
Oh, the witch is dead. Hey, take me back to town, will you? Buy me a drink, huh?
Sit down there. Sit down.
What's the big idea? Don't you know I'm sick?
Somehow I don't think you're that sick. I think you could make some sense.
Sense? That's a laugh. You don't know me. I've never been able to think clearly the way other people do. No matter what I try to think about, there's a fog that tries to get between me and it. You understand how horrible I can become? Going through life like
Nuts.
that?
Nobody thinks clearly, no matter what they pretend. Thinking's a dizzy business. A matter of catching as many of those foggy glimpses as you can and fitting them together the best you can. Trouble with you is you've been enjoying your misery. You've been so busy trying to prove that you're nuts, it's a wonder you haven't really driven yourself nuts.
How do you know I haven't?
Because you're too anxious to admit it.
All right, I'm sane if you want it that way. I'm just evil. There's something black inside me.
What was that again?
Something black. Everybody knows that about my family. My father, too.
Who told you that?
I always knew it. They say my real mother killed herself. But I know better. I know how to open the drawer where she keeps the gun. Every day Gertrude lies on Mother's bed, and we play Killing the Witch.
Yeah?
And she comes in the nights and bends over my crib. And she's changed herself, so she looks like Mother instead of the witch. But I know better, and I hold up the gun with both hands. It's very hard to pull with both hands. It's very hard to pull the trigger. But I must do it or the witch will eat me up. And then there's a big noise, and red all over. And I can't get out. I can't get out.
Now listen to me. You were beginning to make some sense. Now don't run away from it. Gertrude was lying on your mother's bed. That's your stepmother?
Yeah. She was my nurse. She married Father.
Not so fast. How old were you when your mother died?
4 and a half.
Did your father know about the game with the gun?
No, I don't think so.
Did anybody?
Gertrude said I must never tell anyone, because they'd send me away. And I never did. Not till I grew up. I was with Owen Fitzstephen.
Yeah.
I had a lot to drink. I told him. After that, he began seeing Gertrude. And finally, my father died. But it didn't do her any good, because Owen really loved me.
Now, watch it. Now, let's get this straight. You'll have to straighten it out again later on with a doctor to help you. This is to help me. When you were a little child, Gertrude taught you that killing the witch game to use you as a murder weapon against your mother. Then she filled you full of ideas of guilt and fear so you'd keep quiet about it. When you told the story to Owen, he blackmailed your stepmother into knocking off your father. That made you feel responsible for his death, too, so you ran away.
Now, Gertrude's dead. I killed her, too.
You might, but I doubt it. Now, try and remember. Was Owen up here tonight?
I thought I heard his voice. But I hear voices sometimes. I'm hearing it again. Listen. Do you hear anything?
I didn't hear anything but the wind and the beat of the surf at first. But when I did hear the voice, I sent Gabby for a doctor before I investigated. He was pretty badly mangled in the rocks. He'd fallen nearly as far as he'd pushed Gertrude, but was still alive. I made him as comfortable as I could, and finally he opened his eyes.
Hello, Sam.
You messed yourself up good.
Yeah. No more rocks for me.
Not unless you make Alcatraz.
You know, I had half an idea when you came to see me in San Francisco that you were secretly nursing some exceptional, idiotic theory.
Thanks, Owen, but I never had any theory. Whole thing dropped into my lap.
Don't be too sure of that. Understand, at present, I admit nothing. Later on, if I'm forced to, the very number of my crimes will be to my advantage. On the theory that nobody but a lunatic could have committed so many.
Oh, there's not so many. Only Gertrude, your co-author of the murder of the late Edgar Leggett.
Nonsense. crimes and crimes dating from the cradle. Even literature shall help me.
Not your own books.
Why not? Didn't the critics agree that the spindly stiff bore all the marks of authorial degeneracy? Evidence on to save my sweet neck. And I shall wave my mangled body at them. A ruin whose crimes and high heaven have surely brought sufficient punishment upon it.
Yeah, you'll probably make a go of it. Legally, you're entitled to beat the jump if ever anybody was.
Illegally? You mean insane? Tell me the truth, Sam. Am I?
I think that's what they'll say.
But that spoils everything. It's no fun if I'm really cracked. No fun at all.
Period and a report.
Just goes to show, doesn't it?
Now, there you go again, Effie.
I mean, if anything like that happened in real life, you wouldn't believe it.
You mean if anything like that happened in fiction?
Oh, no, the author is never the guilty party.
Well, this author was.
But that's not fair. The author is never supposed to be guilty of...
You're right. You're right, Effie.
He shouldn't be even a suspect. Maybe a red herring, but...
Type that up, Effie.
Oh, all right, Sam. Anything else, Sam?
Yeah, phone the drugstore and order some red herring. I mean, some aspirin.
More and more folks are turning to famous Wild Root Cream Oil every day. Wild Root Cream Oil gives you all you ever dreamed of in a hair tonic. It grooms your hair neatly and naturally the way you like it, the way other people like it. What's more, Wild Root Cream Oil relieves dryness and removes loose, ugly dandruff. So join the millions with handsome hair. Tonight, or first thing tomorrow, ask at your drug or toilet goods counter for Wild Root Cream Oil. Also, ask your barber for a professional application. If you've never tried it before, get the generous new 25-cent bottle just introduced. It's Wild Root Cream Oil's Get Acquainted size, and once you've made the acquaintance of Wild Root Cream Oil, you'll find you've made a lifelong friend.
Come on in, Twinkle Toes.
Well, here it is, Sam. And I like it even better than morgue fruit.
You did.
I mean, it's not so realistic. I like a romantic type story myself.
You
Lots
do.
of atmosphere and psychology in those.
Oh, you gotta have those.
You really should be a writer, Sam.
You think so?
Of course, detective stories don't pay much.
No, that's
but
true.
if you write enough of them, and look at all the material you've got.
No good. Never do for fiction.
But Sam, there's already that radio series, The Adventures of You-Know-Who, Sunday night.
That's what I mean. I don't make a penny out of it.
Well, it's your own fault. Sam, I don't want to seem critical, but if you played your cards right, you could have owned a piece of that show.
What? And follow Blondie? Go home, Effie.
I think I will, Sam, and just curl up with a good book.
All right.
I wonder who killed who.
Well, when you find out, don't let me know.
Oh, you know you can't wait.
No, I can.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, sweetheart.
The Adventures of Sam Spade, Dashiell Hammett's famous private detective, are produced and directed by William Spear. Sam Spade is played by Howard Duff. Lorene Tuttle is Effie. The Adventures of Sam Spade are written for radio by Bob Tallman and Gil Dow. Musical direction is by Lud Gluskin, with score composed by Renee Garrigang. Join us again next Sunday when author Dashiell Hammett and producer William Spear join forces for another adventure with Sam Spade, brought to you by Wild Root Cream Oil. Again and again, the choice of men who put good grooming first. This is Dick Joy reminding you to
get Wild Root Cream Oil, Charlie. It keeps your hair in trim. You see, it's non-alcoholic, Charlie. It's made with soothing lanolin. You better get Wild Root Cream Oil, Charlie. Start using it today. You'll find that you will have a tough time, Charlie. Keeping all the gals away. Hiya, Baldy. Get Wild Root right away.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
It sounds like they left the microphone on there at the end of that last program. That was Sam Spade Detective, the critical author caper from 1948. Well, now it is time for Medical File. This program is called The Operations, and let's listen right now.
This is a true story taken from an actual medical file.
When you think of a hospital, what is the first thing that comes to mind? I think most people would answer hygiene, cleanliness, or something of that sort. Everyone will have a different picture of a hospital in their minds, but I think I'm right in saying that the concept of hygiene is fundamental to any hospital, wherever it may be. The hospital in our story, which I shall call St. Gregory's, although rather rambling and a bit of an architect's nightmare, was a cheerful place, and as mindful of these principles as any. So the solution of the problem of infection, which suddenly hit the theatre block in 1962, was not simply one of scrubbing the floors with more disinfectant.
Medical File. Factual stories of the men and women whose vigilance guards our lives. A reconstruction of clinical case histories, step by step with the doctors who were there. Medical File.
Miss Stevens, let me see the reports on all the operations for the past week, please.
Of course. Why, Doctor, is something wrong?
Well, I've just been going over yesterday's reports, and there are 2 cases of wound infection from the surgical wards. 2 cases out of, let's see. We did 17 operations yesterday.
It struck me as strange, too. I'm sorry, Doctor, I should have mentioned it, but I noticed myself that there have been 2 other post-operative wound cases during the week. I didn't mention it because I thought it might just be coincidence.
Now, look, I'd better drop everything and go up to surgical to see what it's all about. Find the reports and, are they from both theatres?
Great, so.
Heavens. Well, get the reports and follow me to surgical. Why on earth didn't you tell me sooner?
I'm sorry, but, Hello? Pathology laboratory? Oh, yes, of course, Dr. Evans, right away. Dr. Patrick, it's the house surgeon.
Yeah?
She wants to know if you can go over and see Mr. Simons in Ward 9 immediately. Apparently, it's urgent.
I'm very worried, Dr. Patrick. I mean, this was a straightforward appendectomy, but his temperature hasn't gone down, and it's 10 days since the operation.
And what's the temperature now?
I've looked, Doctor. It's 103.6. And, Doctor, there is something else.
Yeah?
Apparently the wound is very painful now. Worse than yesterday.
I think I'd like to take a look. Right. Let's have a look, Mr. Simons. Just relax now.
What do you make of it, Doctor?
Well, the wound's very raw. 10 days ago, did you say the operation was?
It was done on the 27th, Doctor. I expected to be home by this time.
Yes, it's a nuisance, Mr. Simons, but we'll have to wait for this to clear up first. We'll get you onto some penicillin right away. Don't worry. Get a fresh dressing on that, will you? Well?
Well, it's obviously an infection. It's not the only one. I've been checking the records, and there have been 4 this week. This looks serious, Dr. Evans.
I brought the records, Dr. Patrick.
Thanks, Miss Stevens. Let's go over to the lab, Dr. Evans. I want to discuss these cases with you. Yes, all right, Miss Stevens. And then I would like you to accompany me when I...
Doctor...
Miss Stevens, what is it?
Doctor, one of the cases died an hour ago. The hernia case. And
Yes, well, go on, Miss Stevens.
the other appendicitis case has taken a turn for the worse. And I understand 4 other patients are showing signs of infection.
This isn't just serious, Dr. Patrick. This is ugly.
Right, Miss Stevens, this is top priority. Arrange for swabs to be taken from every infected patient. I want the results immediately.
Immediately?
Immediately they're ready. Unfortunately, we can't hurry culture processes, but I shall be staying here all night, and I want to be notified the moment they're isolated. I want a post-mortem to be started at the soonest possible moment, and the results brought to me... No, I'll go over them myself later. But get them started. Get me details of the dates of the operations, the names of surgeons, nurses, and anaesthetists involved, and which of the theatres were used.
Doctor, both theatres were used.
How many operations have taken place since the first infection?
There have been 173, Doctor.
Oh. Post a notice immediately that the surgical wing's to be closed until further notice.
But, Dr. Patrick, between 15 and 20 operations a day...
Miss Stevens, you've just informed me that both theatres are involved. It's very much on the cards that the infection may have been caused in the theatres, particularly as all the patients were in different wards. And until proved otherwise, I shall act on that assumption. You've also just told me that 173 cases have been operated on since the first infected case. To date, there are 7 infected patients and 1 dead. If this bug, or whatever it is a killer, I venture to suggest that it may be circumspect to close the surgical ward. Or perhaps you have a better suggestion?
I beg your pardon, Doctor. Is there anything else?
Yes, there is. Get yourself a coffee. I'm sorry it's kept you so late.
I don't mind at all, Doctor.
Well, in that case, telephone your family and tell them you won't be going home. I shall be working here all night, and I need all the help I can get.
All further admissions to the surgical wing were banned, and the surgical block was duly closed. Miss Stevens prepared statements to be filled in by everyone known to have attended each operation during the relevant period, and listed all theatre staff on leave. Meanwhile, Dr. Patrick briefly attended the post-mortem and then moved into the theatre block himself, where he took a series of swabs and put down culture plates in the ventilating shaft, on the floors, walls, the operating tables, and even in the corridors linking the theatres. He started tests on the water supply and the sterilized dressings. Dr. Evans had also stayed through the night, and he bumped into her in the early morning in the lab where his assistants were working on the swabs.
Dr. Evans, any news?
Yes, Dr. Patrick. They've just identified a staphylococcus.
Yeah, it's bad. Dangerous. Do they know what strain?
No, as a matter of fact, they're just packing up.
Well, they'll have to stay. I want clotting tests done. In any case, I want them to identify the swabs I've taken in the theatres. And we've got to be absolutely certain that if those yield staphylococci as well, they're of the same strain.
But they've been at it all night, you know.
Oh, well, they can take an hour off. By then, the swabs will be ready for collection. Any results yet, Miss Stevens?
Seems so. Dr. Evans will be here in a minute. Can I get you another coffee?
Yes, I could do with one. Hello, you look tired.
It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's been rather a long day.
Oh, well, you'd better get some rest. Oh, no, just a minute. There are 1 or 2 things I'd like you to do for me first. Find out how seriously all the cases are affected, and check whether any surgeons featured more prominently among the infected cases. Oh, theatre sisters and staff nurses, too. Then Dr. Evans. Any news?
Yes, that, I'm afraid. Mr. Wilson's dead, and the hernia case isn't doing too well.
Any more cases?
1 by the look of it. Oh, thanks, Miss Stevens. Have you been working all night, too?
Yes. It wouldn't have done for me to go home with all this going on. Here's the sugar.
Well, aren't you having any coffee?
I've already had a cup. I'll just go and check on those patients, Dr. Patrick.
Well, it beats me how you command such loyalty. You're a slave driver.
Yes, she's a good girl.
Half the laboratory staff worked all night, too. You have a marvelous capacity for driving yourself and making everyone else feel guilty if they don't, too.
Well, yes,
before you answer that, I have some news.
Theatre results are through?
Yes.
Staphylococci?
The same strain as those isolated from the patients. But, Dr. Patrick, there's one significant fact.
Yes?
The swabs in the ventilator shaft were free from infection. Well, that means only one thing. The infection came in through the door.
Yes, but how? Could have been anything. In the dressings, in the water. Are they testing?
Yes, they said they'd phone the results through in a few minutes.
Do you remember that case in the Midlands somewhere in 1949 when they isolated tetanus bacillus?
Oh, yes. Where did it come from?
Workmen were repairing one of the theatres, and they beat animal hair to use as a binding agent in the plaster. The tetanus spores wafted through the air and settled on the talcum powder the surgeons used to dust their gloves.
Yes, I remember now. There was a case of Bart's about the same time. The germ travelled up the ventilator shaft.
Yes.
What is?
If there's any place on earth where germs are unwelcome, it's an operating theatre. And yet, through some feminine perversity, there's no place they'd rather be.
Oh, some feminine perversity.
Every human effort's made to keep them out. Still, the theatres are warm and dry, and they supply any number of defenceless hosts just asking to be attacked. I sometimes think if I had the choice whether to be operated on in a tent in an open field or an operating theatre, I'd probably choose a tent.
Curious.
What is?
I always thought germs were male.
The results. Hello, Patrick. Yes. The talc, too. What about the water? Oh, thanks very much. Have the other technicians come in, yeah? Oh, good, right. You boys had better knock off then. Goodbye. All negative.
Well, I was afraid of that.
That leaves only one thing. Personnel.
Well, it's unlikely to be more than one person carrying the infection. But who? And how are we going to find him?
By the second day of his investigation, Dr. Patrick had 12 cases on his list. Patients were of both sexes, all age groups, and their operations had ranged from a hysterectomy to the removal of a wart. Not all of them were seriously ill. An old man who'd been operated on for an abdominal complaint had recovered dramatically, while a young woman who'd come in for a minor operation on the same day was on the danger list. There appeared to be about 4 cases of infection out of a daily operation list of approximately 17. Dr. Patrick wondered why the other 13 hadn't been infected. Did they have a natural immunity? Or was it because the source of the infection had not been present? He studied his list of medical staff. None seemed to figure more prominently than others. All he could do was to test every one of them. But it wasn't only staff. Any number of porters, cleaners, ventilation experts, technicians, equipment repairers, and electricians must have entered the theatres too. With the help of Miss Stevens, he listed every possibility and had them report to the lab for tests. Every sister, staff nurse, and nurse had a nasal swab taken and was examined for cuts or sores. But they all seemed to be amazingly healthy. The following afternoon, Mr. Henry, the surgeon who performed the operation on Mr. Wilson, the second patient who died, arrived in Dr. Patrick's office to find out the results of his own tests.
Your tests are all negative, Mr. Henry.
What about the nursing staff, Patrick?
We've tested everyone who attended the op on Mr. Wilson, and they're all in the clear. In fact, every result we have so far is clear.
How many have you tested?
The whole staff, except for those away on holiday into the weekend. And they'll all be coming in for tests today.
I can't understand it. The operation went so well, the wound was as clean as a whistle. Why, I saw him 2 days later, and everything seemed fine. He was telling me all about his son finishing his training as a doctor. What about the gloves? I seem to remember a case a few years ago where it was the gloves or the talcum powder or something. Have you tested the gloves?
We've tested the gloves and the talcum powder. Nothing.
Well, the water then. Have you thought about that?
Yes, it's clear. We've tested everything. The dressings, the water, the ventilation shaft, everything. We've been working night and day, Henry.
Surely you've come up with something by now. For heaven's sake, man, there are 24 cases now, they tell me.
Of which 3 are dead and 4 more are on the danger list. Look, Henry, we've tested everything and everybody, bar 3 or 4 who'll be in today. All we can be sure of is that the infection was in the theatre when the operation started, on the walls, on the floor, and floating about in the air.
Could have been a cleaner or someone.
I've gone through that with a fine-tooth comb. I don't think we've missed anyone, but I'm checking and cross-checking all the time. Oh, excuse me, Henry. Hello, Patrick. Oh, Sister Morgan. You having a good holiday? Yes. Look, I'm sorry we've had to barge in on your leave, but a bit of trouble's cropped up. Oh, they told you on the phone, did they? Good. Now, can you get back here for some tests? Oh, yes, I see. Well, I want you to go to the nearest hospital for a test on staphylococci as soon as possible today, and cable me the results by tonight. All right, sister. Let me hear from you by tonight, thanks. Yes, well, we hope so. Yes. Goodbye. Look, I tell you, Henry, I'm baffled.
You say you've only got another 3 or 4 tests to carry out?
3, now that Sister Morgan's phoned. They don't look promising. 1 attended 9 of the 24 operations. 1 went to 5 and 1 to 3. Oh, I don't know. What have I forgotten?
Is it possible that the source of the infection just came and went? It's happened before.
It's not good enough. I can't leave it at that. And what then? When do I open the theatres again? What do I say to the patient if it happens again? There's got to be an explanation. There must be.
Excuse me, Doctor. Dr. Pitts will be here for a test in half an hour. I brought his file. And you promised to see Mr. Simon's wife in Ward 9 10 minutes ago.
I won't keep you any more, Dr. Patrick.
Thanks, Mr. Henry. Look, let me know if you think of something, will you?
Oh, of course.
It's very nice of you to see me, Doctor. I realize you must be very busy. We've all been so worried. He should have been home days ago.
Well, unfortunately, these things happen, Mrs. Simons. And you must agree we couldn't send him home in the state he was in. But it looks as if he's improving quite a lot now.
Yes, dear. I keep telling you the doctors know best. He would insist on speaking to you, Doctor.
But why was he on the danger list, Doctor? We all want to know. It was just a simple operation and appendicitis.
Marion, please, I'm getting better. Isn't that enough?
Oh, yes, but, Doctor, we've been under a terrible strain. I want to know how this sort of thing could happen. The surgeon told me himself that everything went fine. 2 days after the operation, we were talking about giving my husband a party when he got home. Then,
yes,
all of a
I
sudden,
know, Mrs. Simons, I know. But, as your husband says, the main thing is that he's getting better now. And I think you can count on his being home by the weekend, provided he visits outpatients every other day.
Oh, yes, that's a relief, Doctor. But what I would like to know is, well...
Miss Stevens, is Dr. Pitts here yet?
He's been waiting for 20 minutes.
I was kept. Look, Miss Stevens, try and avoid making appointments with patients' families for me. I haven't got the time.
But you made it yourself, Doctor.
Well, you should have cancelled it then. And now, put me in the picture with Dr. Pitts. I haven't the time to look up his file. He's an anaesthetist, is that right?
He's a house anaesthetist.
Yes, that means he's attached to any doctor, according to the rota. How many infective operations did he attend?
He was present at 5 out of the 24 operations, including the first fatality.
Mm-hmm. And how many of the operations were there where there was no infection?
42 out of 144.
All right. Ask him to come in.
Yes, Doctor. Dr. Patrick will see you now, Dr. Pitts.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry to keep you waiting, Dr. Pitts. I've been rushing around like a mad thing with all this.
No, of course I understand. Besides, there's not much for the rest of us to do these days, is there?
Yes, right. Now, let me just take this swab.
Of course.
All right, that's it.
What a ghastly thing to have happened. Any clues as to how it could have started?
We only know it was through some human agency. Now, Dr. Pitts, any sores, cuts, or septic spots?
No, as you see, nothing. Sad about Mr. Wilson. He was a nice old boy. I remember we were all laughing about something he said just as I gave him the anesthetic. I asked him to count to 304, and he said 1, 2, 304, and then he was out.
Dr. Pitts, how long have you had this skin trouble?
Oh, you mean these smooth marks on my forehead? It's psoriasis. I've had it about 8 years. But I can assure you it's nothing.
Do you mind if I take a swab?
If you want to, of course.
Thank you.
But you surely don't imagine I can be the cause of the outbreak, do you? I've been attached to this hospital for 5 years. 3 as a student and 2 as a houseman. And there's never been any hint of an infection.
Yes, but we'd better check on this all the same.
Just as you wish, of course.
Thank you, Dr. Pitts. You must consider yourself on leave now.
But surely I can wait until the test comes through, can't I?
No. Reporting at 9:15 in the morning. The tests will all be through by then. And please leave the hospital immediately, and don't sleep here tonight. Oh, yes, and please don't go through the wards, whatever you do. I'll see you in the morning.
But surely... Yes. Well, if that's what you want, I'll go straight down to my car.
Miss Stevens! Miss Stevens!
Yes, Doctor, what is it?
Get these swabs to the laboratory this minute. Tell them to drop everything else. I want the plate back by 9 in the morning. We may be onto something.
Yes, Doctor, right away.
Patrick spent the night at the hospital again. Sleep was out of the question. He would have done anything to hasten the process, but he knew the culture would not be ready until 9. Sure enough, at a few minutes past 9, the plate was brought in for his inspection.
It's here, Doctor.
Quick, give it to me. Now, let's slip it under the microscope. Eureka. Come and have a look.
I can't see anything.
We'll just adjust this mechanism here. You can see anything now?
Oh, yes. Yes, I see it now. It looks like a quivering bunch of grapes.
Yes, that's what it looks like, but it's a killer.
Sorry I'm a few minutes late, Dr. Patrick. Any luck? Catch any bugs?
You'd better sit down, Fitz. I'm sorry about this, but you're the carrier. You're the source of this outbreak.
You can't be serious. I told you I've had it for 8 years. The dermatologist I went to knew I was studying to be an anaesthetist. If there was anything wrong, he would have stopped me.
As you know, Dr. Pitts, it's a very rare disease. It's also not normally complicated by staphylococci. That's probably why he wasn't worried. I'm afraid I must ask you something, Dr. Pitts. Of the 24 cases, you're only listed as having attended 5. Can you account for that? Mr. Simon's, for example, appendicitis. Miss Rupert's renal colic. There was a chest case, Mr. McIver.
But I was in the theatre. I can remember those 3 cases distinctly.
But you're not on here.
Dr. Pitts made a gesture of despair and shook his head. No, he admitted, that was true. But when he was interested in a case or wanted to watch the technique of some particular surgeon, he would just put on a gown, scrub up, and go into the theatre. He often did it. No one seemed to mind, he added. Dr. Patrick looked at him with pity and sorrow. Pity for a colleague who'd worked honourably and well, and whose career was so abruptly forced to come to an end. And sorrow for the patients who'd entrusted their lives to St. Gregory's and lost them.
Medical File, the documented story of the men and women who in hospitals, research centers, and lonely surgeries guard our lives. Listen again next week for another true story from Medical File.
That's it for this week. We'll be back next week with more old-time radio. I hope you can join us then. Till then, this is Jim Dolan thanking you for listening. The RTC Weekly Download is produced by Chris Stone and Jim Dolan.